Hi, welcome to Iowa's Driftless region. This is Scotty Wandering. That's my channel. My name's Peter. I do a lot of campground tours. I also do a lot of hikes and exploring to different places. I have a whole playlist on Wisconsin state parks. I have a whole playlist on hunting waterfalls, things like that. I just stumbled on a beautiful little state park in Iowa that seems extraordinarily special. I'm out in the middle of, like I said, the driftless area, in rolling country hills, mostly agriculture. And it's like, oh, there's this little state park to explore. Well, there was a CCC camp here at one point. So you have structures like this here. There's two little bathrooms over there that the CCC built. Just two whole, pit toilets that are original over there. And there's a campground, sort of. I have yet to fully understand the nature of everything going on here. There are sheer bluffs along a river. I'm anxious to discover this whole thing and share it with you. So that's what we're doing in this video. Seen plenty of turkeys, and there's a deer hiding back there, just ran off the road. Oh, there she goes. So we got some wildlife in here. Oh, and what I forgot to mention in that intro was this is Echo Valley State Park. Check this out. There's a river right down here and beautiful bluffs. They have one of these unique river crossing to Iowa. I've seen them all over Iowa now. Apparently it's a thing here. It's actually a paved road across the river. Allows the fish to swim upstream and the water to flow and the road to be open. So there's an information sign up here. It says this is also a county park, Fayette County Park. And the campground is county campground. Camping designated areas only. I'm not sure what designates it. Maybe it's the fire rings designate camping sites. And you have to get your forms somewhere else. They don't have them on site. There is a pay station here though. But there's camping right here if that's the case. Right along the river, along the bluffs. So along that stretch with the bluff there and the river, there's plenty of deep pools in there, as well as shallow spots and some spots where you can hear the trickling water. I'm sitting at a picnic table with a fire ring, and I assume this is a camp spot. Just the road after it crosses the river goes up and rides along the top edge of that bluff. And let me show you what's up there. Got a bridge up here overlooking that area down there where the campground is. And like I said, there's some more campsites up the hill and a nice flat trail heading off through the park over that way. Off the side of this trail, somewhere down there, there's a set of steps carved into the hillside. I'm gonna have to figure out how to get there. I assume that's some work of the CCC. Another bridge over the snaking river here. Now this looks like it was a railroad bridge based on the size of the abutments here. This is meant to hold some serious weight, much more than what is here now. So this looks like a rail to trail kind of thing. The bridge that's here now is not as sturdy as a railroad bridge. The last two bridges were over Otter Creek. This is now a different creek. This is Clover Creek or Glover Creek. Well, according to my maps, I've reached the edge of the park boundary and maybe a little beyond. Found information signs. Doesn't tell me anything about where I am. Lots of information about different kinds of plants, animals, and information about the driftless area. But nothing about where I am. Printed by Iowa's Living Roadway Trust Fund. So, still don't know much about where I am, but I'll turn around now. The path continues. I have no idea where it goes to. But I'm going to turn back around. There were some other trails off of this one that I want to check out. Oh, and my Google Maps, when it shows the roads, it's showing Otter Creek as a road. So it's showing a road that doesn't exist, which is really kind of strange. Well, jumped off the main trail. That looks more like the Rails to Trails trail onto another very well-maintained trail. And it's practically a two-track that follows, is that a G or C? Glover Creek? We'll see where I wind up. But it looks like a very nicely maintained trail, so it's got to go somewhere. Where I do know it goes is points like this, side little ones, that are access to the creek. And there's definitely trout in there. Just gotta find your fishing spot. And the bluff's going up on the other side. I knew I should have put my other shoes on. I got a creek crossing. These shoes don't owe me anything. Well, hit another one. Crossing the creek. I take off my shoes, but it's a very rocky bottom. And I'm down now at the end of one of the roads that comes in from the entrance. So you can actually drive to this spot. And they're doing stuff. There is this, what I would consider accessible area, hopefully an accessible area for fishing at the end of the road. I guess I'm going to hike back out that way because I've already done the other way. After climbing out of that hole, which I'm glad I did not drive down because it is a steep one, gravelly, and in some spots muddy that's slippery. It's a little sketchy getting out of there. There was a path heading off one way outside the park into a hunting grounds with a very specific, this is the path you walk out in until you hit the hunting grounds, and you know. But I'm going the opposite way, and I figured I don't have any maps to this place. I haven't seen a map of trails, but I'm on the inside and it's not that big, so how lost can I get? I'm riding a ridge right now and it drops off on both sides, and that is a cool tree. It's been dead for quite a while, but it's a really cool tree. Pretty quick drop off here. Nice pretty colors right now though. I'll take the gentle slope. This is narrowed quite a bit between the two creeks. It just drops off on both sides. This may not take me anywhere except a point at the end. I don't know. We'll find out. After that narrow bridge, I'm in a much wider area now. It looks like you can choose your own adventure. Just keep moving forward and see what we find, besides some bushcraft. It's pretty out here. Well, through that section, the trail kind of fell apart, but it seems to be reappearing at the other end. And it looks like I'm heading back down to the gravel trail that I started on. So I'm somewhere. It was kind of an interesting little outcropping up there. Crossing Otter Creek again, going back. So that ridge area was up in there, which has an amazing view down the valley. Come here in about 3 or 4 weeks from now, and that's going to be absolutely gorgeous. So plan ahead to try to hit a place like this for those colors in the fall, early October. There's some other sort of traily thing down there with looks like not random logs. So there's those carved steps I wanted to get to. I was trying to get to the bottom of them to get to them. I think I get to them from the top. There's a ridge here and a trail. Definitely a trail heading down. Before I do that, I want to head up here and see where I am. I think I know. I think this is where I started the day. Yes, indeed it is. This is where I started. A little CCC bathroom and that wonderful shelter. Now going back down, following their trail. Should have started here in the first place. Never know. Now you know. So those steps coming down from up there feel like they were originally CCC, but recently reset, I think. And now I'm following this nice little path. If the CCC made a trail to it, it's usually worth it. Just be careful, they're old, slightly moss covered, and can be slippery when wet. Well, there was something here. Don't know what. If you're from the area or know something about this, let us know what was here. I can't quite decipher my clues. Well, there's a partial clue. There's a staircase that probably used to go down there and has since been yanked out. Let's see what's down this trail. I was up there. That's that narrow bluff between the two creeks. Mid-September, and a couple wonderful spots of color. Well, as you can see, I'm on a mowed trail, and the other end back there was not a place you can start a mower, so this comes out somewhere that's accessible. Got to. So it's places like this that makes this one of the little gems I've found. If you were to come here with your family and just get out and explore these trails, plan on the kids getting wet, because you can go wading out there. You can practically swim in this river. It's deep enough right here. If nothing else, there's plenty of places you can just wade in and get your feet wet and just explore and hike a bluff over there. It's all right here. This is a beautiful little park. And it looks like we come to one more highlight. Historic structure dated back before the CCC. This is the foundation from the front of a grist mill that burnt to the ground in 1883. Structure in the back is a lime kiln. Kiln was used to build houses in West Union and the CCC structures in this park. And this is, I believe, underneath those CCC structures that we started with. So this goes back pre-1883. That's when it burned down. And that brings me back to the beginning. So trail sneaks off over there. There's that first CCC shelter and the 2 bathrooms. And the trail also goes off that way that has that cutout into the hillside. So it's a big loop around there. And this is where they access to mow it. So if you want a simple, fun hike, you can just do that loop. And when I put in Google Maps Echo Valley State Park, this is the parking area that it considers the park, the heart of it. That's where Google Maps will take you. And from there you can make that simple little loop. And here is the back of that kiln. I worked my way back over the river, down to my van, and there's one last little area I want to show you up the hill here, which I believe is also a camping area where I scared a lot of turkeys earlier. I made it up to the top of the hill on the other side of the river from the original campground. There are more camp rings up here. There's another one down there. A little even more remote up here. Looking for remote camping. Here it is. Now I'm going to put the information from the board down below in an image here that you can freeze if you need to and zoom in or whatever, so you can know what the camping regulations are. And then there's another little sign, I'll pop it here for a moment, that tells you where to get the forms, and it doesn't mean anything to me. Maybe it means something to someone else. If you know what it is, comment down below and share that information with someone else, because this is a great place to camp. No idea how much it is. I looked at the county website when I had service for like 2 minutes while I was here, and it listed camping here, but it didn't tell me anything about how much or how to pay or anything. But anyway, this is a gorgeous little state park. Wonderful place to explore. You want to get out and just go for a walk. You want to get out, drag your family out and see nature, get wet, play in the water, explore, hiking up on bluffs, down on the water, through the woods, along a trail. It's all here, and it is beautiful. Driftless area of Iowa, Echo Valley State Park, definitely worth the visit. Thanks for coming along on this little exploration with me. I appreciate it. Like the video if you like this kind of thing. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more things like this and other campground tours and other explorations that I'm getting into. I appreciate it. Get on out there. I'll see you on the next one, and watch out for turkeys.